Okay, here we go, a 30-minute practice for building strength as well as flexibility, so working these two edges simultaneously. We're going to start in this seated position and just kind of go through some warm-ups through the joints to begin with, and then we'll get into a bit more mobilization through the larger parts of the body. So give yourself a moment to find a comfortable seat. And with your eyes open or closed, you can begin to bring your awareness to your body and picking up on the physical sensations present in your body moment to moment. So it might be noticing the contact of the floor between the body and the floor, that feeling of pressure and touch. Or maybe the movement of breath in and out of the body. Maybe becoming aware of any tension that you might be holding in your body that you could release. It might be just a dropping of the shoulders or softening through the face. Okay, we're going to bring the hands out in front. You can keep your eyes closed for this if you like, if you're in the zone. Bring your thumbs to the inside of your fist and wrap your fingers around and just start to move and rotate your wrists. Bringing all of your awareness into the wrists and the sensations as you move. If there's any pain, you can modify the movement. You can do one at a time if you want to take a little bit of extra care as well. Then going back the opposite way. Keeping your torso upright, long and lifted. If that means sitting on a cushion like I am, that can be really useful. And then bringing the hands to the floor in front of you. Bring your shoulders slightly forward of your wrists and rocking back and forth a few times. And then if you're able to, you can turn your fingers in towards you, fingertips to the floor, and then start to lean forward, coming as close as you can to the ground, and then moving back. Or you can hold this one for a few breaths. So the more your shoulders are forward of your wrists, the less intense this will be. If you're wanting to build intensity, you can just start to send your hips back, send your shoulders back. So as you're holding, really important to be fully aware of the effects of the movement, feeling in your body the sensations related to the movement, related to the stretch. As you're ready, you can release. Now bring these fingertips to your shoulders and start to make circles through your shoulders. If you're noticing any clicks and clunks, that's fine, as long as there's no pain. If at any point in the practice there is pain, please modify the practice, the movement, so that there isn't pain and that the movement suits your body better. And go back the opposite way, warming up through the shoulders. We want to make sure that the muscles, the joints are warm, so that when we start to stretch, that the muscles have that kind of pliability and you're not going to pull any muscles. Okay, bringing the right hand to the ground. Inhale, take your left hand up, and then exhale, take a lean to the side. Pause and hold here for a few breaths. If reaching the arm over the head is too much, you can just reach the fingers straight up to the ceiling instead. It won't take much to get that stretch through your side. And then coming up, bringing the left hand to the floor, breathe in, reach your right hand up. Use that reaching of the right hand to create a bit more length through the side of your body. And then leaning. See if you can direct your breath into that right side. Cool. Come back to neutral. I'm going to bring the hands behind the head. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. And then exhale, draw your chin towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your head, round your back, tuck your tailbone under. Again, coming up, inhale. Open, shoulders back, elbows back, exhale, rounding in. Inhale, come up to 3 more rounds at your own pace. See if you can really fill the lungs on the inhalation as you open, and empty the lungs completely as you round in, draw your belly towards your spine and curl your pelvis under. Last one. Awesome. Let's move on to hands and knees. And we're going to take some rotations again, just warming up through hips, wrists and shoulders together. So hands underneath your shoulders, sit back towards your heels. You can take your knees wider if that feels better for you, and just take a moment stretching the hands forward, releasing down to the ground. If the forehead doesn't come to the ground, you can use a prop or a cushion there, but not important. Last couple of breaths here. Reach your fingers forward. You can even come up onto your fingertips if that feels good, through the shoulders. Offers a deeper stretch through the shoulders. And then as you take your next breath in, shift your torso to the right. Start to come up. Bring your shoulders slightly in front of the wrists, shift to the left, and then go back down. So the breath is in as you come up, and out as you shift back and down. Just a couple more in this direction. And then go back the opposite way. So this time, inhale, come up the left side, and exhale, down the right. A couple more. Feel free to add a little bit of your own intuitive movement through shoulders or through hips. And again, pause, child's pose. Take a couple of breaths, breathing into your belly. Just shift up onto your hands and knees. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Let's go through cat-cow. Inhale, draw your chest forward, your shoulders back, and tilt your tailbone to the sky. And then exhale. Reverse that movement, chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone under, round the back. So similar movement to what we did in seated. Just two more deep breaths, in and out. Cool. Tuck the toes under, send your bum back, and then lift your knees off the floor. Start to lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent. Press your belly towards your thighs and start to pedal the feet alternately to the ground. So great to warm up through the backs of the legs, but know that it's really not important to have legs straight or heels pressing to the floor. It's actually better to bend your knees and create a nice long flat back. If you drive your heels to the floor and you don't have that flexibility through the hamstrings, and you're going to create a bit of strain through the lower back that you really don't need. From here, we're going to find a forward fold, so the hands will step back to the feet, or the feet can step toward the hands, doesn't really matter. Take the feet to the outer edges of your mat, or just slightly outside your hips. Keep that bend in your knees so that your belly can fold down towards your thighs. Grab opposite elbows, making a little frame around the head. You can take a rock from side to side where you can bounce up and down, but make sure that your head, top of your head is reaching toward the ground, so that the back of the neck and the cervical spine can decompress a little bit. This is a part of the body where we can hold a lot of tension through the neck, leading to headaches and brain fog and all sorts. So you can nod and shake your head a little bit there. Cool. Now we're going to turn the heels in and the toes out. And either grab your ankles or bring your fingers to the arches of your feet. Now as you breathe in, sit your bum down, lift your chest up, so creating a bit of a squat position. Knees push out over the toes, and then exhale, lift your bum, round your back. Let's do 5 total of these, so 4 more. Inhaling, bum down, chest up. Exhale, round through your back. The end position doesn't have to look like this, with your bum all the way down and your knees all the way out. This movement will help you get to that position eventually. It's a really good one for warming up through the posterior chain, and gentle strengthening through the quadriceps, so your thighs, supporting muscles around the knees. Last one. Cool. Exhale in, your forward fold, turn your toes forward, bring your hands to your shins, inhale and extend the top of your head forward, draw your shoulders back, hold here, brace through your core. So the job of the core is to support the spine. So bring your hands to your hips now, spine supported through the core muscles. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Step your feet side by side, so still in parallel lines underneath the hips. We're going to go in and out of chair pose here. So breathing in, reach your arms up. And then breathing out, sit your bum down, point your tailbone toward the floor, drive your knees forward over your toes. Cool, take another inhale here. And then exhale, fold, bring your belly to your thighs, bent knees, fingertips touch the floor. Inhale, sit back through chair. Exhale here. Inhale, stand. Exhale, release the arms. We're going to do a few more of those. So inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, sitting down. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, fold over the bent legs, fingertips touch the ground, or come as close as they can. Inhale, sit to chair. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, stand. Exhale, release. One more time through that. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, sitting down. Point the tailbone down. Inhale here. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pause and hold. Inhale, stand. Exhale, release. Rolling shoulders back and down, reach your fingers to the floor. Press firmly into the feet, pull your kneecaps up. Engage your thighs. And feel this really strong, stable standing position. So no better way to build strength and warm up the body than a good old vinyasa. So we're going to go through a bit of a flow here. Don't worry if you have to, if you have a hard time keeping up. And the more you practice, the better able to follow along for longer you'll get, taking breaks at any time. So you can take a break just coming to standing, or you can sit or kneel on the ground, wait for your breathing to regulate, and join back in. So standing at the top of the mat, take an inhale, raise your arms up, and then as you exhale, sit into chair. Take an inhale here, then exhale, fold. Next breath in, bring your palms to your shins, straighten your arms, extend the top of your head forward, flat back. Then exhale, bring your hands to the ground. We're going to step back to a high plank position. If you need to, bring your knuckles to the floor in a fist to save the wrists. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, move elbows back as you release your torso down to the mat. Tops of the feet flat. Inhale, peel the chest up, shoulders back, elbows in. And then exhale, press into your hands, come to kneeling, tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up and back, bring your hands flat to the mat. Take an inhale now, a little lift of that right leg up and back behind you, drive through your heel. Then as you exhale, bend the knee and bring it to your right elbow. Inhale, take it up and back. And then exhale again, right elbow. Side obliques working here, side abdominal strengthening. Inhale, take it up and back. This time, step your right foot between your hands. Frame that front foot with your hands and find a lunge position. Once you've got that, press down through that front foot. Inhale, sweep your torso and your arms up. Exhale to settle in and to find stability here. So adjust your posture as you need to feel stable. Feet wide is a really good way to do that. Broaden the foundation. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, draw your elbows in. Take your knee down to the ground or close to the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, come up. And now we're going to twist, left hand forward, right hand back. If you want to go deeper, you can take right hand to the back of the leg, left hand up. Just draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep breathing. One more inhale here. Then exhale, hands down to the ground. Step your right foot back next to your left foot, lower down. Option to be on fists if that's better. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, press to your knees. Tuck toes, lift hips up and back. Now left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Squeeze in. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, squeeze in, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step between the hands or as close to as possible. Set yourself up, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, get steady. Then as you're ready, inhale, big lift through fingertips, and exhale, elbows pull in, palms of the hands forward, back knee bends. Inhale, drive up through that front heel. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, drive up. Exhale, pull down. One more, inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale to stand. Exhale, twist, right hand forward, left hand back. Reach the hands away from each other. Feel that left shoulder pulling in towards your spine. Draw your left outer hip back. Now facing forward, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, or fists to the mat, step left foot back. Take an inhale here, engage through the core, and then exhale, release down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, through the knees, tuck the toes back to downward facing dog. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down to the ground. Inhale, lifting the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Now holding here 3 breaths. Look forward, step your feet forward, bring your palms to your shins, straighten the arms, inhale, flat back, shoulders back, top of the head draws forward, exhale, fold over the legs. Now take a deep breath in, bend the knees, come all the way up to standing, reaching the arms out and up. And then breathe out, release your arms down beside you and find your strong, tall standing position. Take a few deep breaths here, you probably need to. And just watch and observe your breathing start to regulate, your heart rate start to do the same. So I'm going to do one more of those flows. I'm going to change up a little bit as well. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, sit to chair. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, fold over the legs. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, palms to the shins, arms straight. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back to high plank. Hold here, take a breath in. Exhale, lower down with control. So the slower you lower, the stronger the descent will be, the stronger those muscles will be. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Now, right leg's going to come up and back, breathing in, and you're going to take it across to the opposite elbow. Left elbow, side crunch. Inhale, send it up and back. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, top of the mat. Keep your hands on the ground. Inhale, up onto your fingertips, draw your shoulders back, drop your hips a little, and then exhale, press back. So your back heel might move toward the ground, your front toes can pull back. Inhale, shift forward to that runner's lunge position. Exhale, hips high and back, pull your toes back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. This time, inhale, forward, lift your back foot up. Hold here, left toes pointing to the ground, find balance through your pelvis, even pelvis. And if you're game, or eventually you might lift your hands up, take them back behind you, out to the sides for balance, or for even more strength through the back, reaching forward. Only do that if you're feeling really stable and strong through your core and there's no discomfort through your lower back. And hands back down to the ground, left foot down to the ground. Inhale, swing right leg up and back. Exhale to the floor, shift forward, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. And then same on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Squeeze. Inhale, up. Exhale, across. Squeeze. Inhale, up. This time between the hands, exhale. Inhale up into your fingertips, draw your chest open, release the pelvis low. Exhale, lift the hips high, pull left toes back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back, release the head down. Inhale, forward, kick up that back foot. Bring your hands further out in front of you underneath your shoulders to support your balance. Engage your core. And with balancing, having your gaze fixed on a single point, bringing your awareness to balance of the breath, And really grounding through that standing leg and foot is the most useful tools for balance. Last couple of breaths wherever you are, option to lift up. And then release. Right foot back, inhale, swing left leg up. Exhale, left foot comes to the ground as you shift to a high plank. Take an inhale here, exhale, draw the belly in, move nice and slow down. Elbows hugging into the ribs. Inhale, pull shoulders back, elbows squeeze toward each other behind you. Exhale to the knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Try and make them really deep, because what you're feeling is that hunger for breath. So make each breath deep as you can. Try and exhale as fully as you can. Last breath in. Cool, shift forward. Drop your left knee down, spin your right foot, right heel flat, and take your right arm up. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can have both legs straight, or you can have one leg lifted. So wherever you are, holding here for 3 more breaths. And then bring right hand, right knee to the ground. Extend left leg back and do the same opposite side. So you've got the options to make it stronger if you'd like, extending that right leg so both legs are straight, side plank. Option to lift one leg up, which would be the left leg. But if it's enough for you just to have that knee on the ground, then stay there. Each time you come to this practice, you can do more. Releasing down. Come down onto your front. Rest your forehead on the floor, bring your arms down beside you. Relax as much as you can. A couple more breaths. Now pressing into your pelvis, pressing into the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. Reach your fingers back. Hold here and breathe. The full breath's really important. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Relax. If you want, you can wriggle your hips side to side. And then again, inhale, lift the chest, reach the fingers back. This time you've got the option to lift your legs up as well. If you're lifting your legs, get them as long as you can before you explore going higher. So length is important. Length takes priority. Keep breathing. If you're experiencing any discomfort in the lower back, then bring your feet back down to the ground. 3, 2, 1, release. So we've got one more of those. Your choice whether you just lift the chest and the legs, or take on this extra option of bow pose. So if you're taking bow pose, pull the heels in, grab the ankles. Only do this if it feels right for your body. And then inhale, lift your thighs up, press your shins back to open through the chest. Pull on your shins. Hold here and breathe. Draw your inner thighs toward each other. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Bring hands under the shoulders, press back to child's pose. Hips to the heels. See if you can direct your breath into the back of your body. Use the inflation of the lungs to expand the space, to broaden the space of the back and the back ribs. Feel that happening in your body. Strengthening your interoceptive pathways, your capacity to sense your inner reality, inner sensations. And I'll come up onto hands and knees again, just by way to sit down on your bottom and extend your legs forward. Last little bit of strengthening. Got to be for the core. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Hands, the backs of your legs. Lean back till your arms are straight. Now with boat pose, there's a few variations. You can alternate and kind of kick and pedal your legs. You can have both legs up. Keep your chest lifting, your shoulders back. If you want to, you can bring your hands to the floor instead. To make this a little more intense, release the legs, reach your fingers forward, or straighten up your legs a little bit. Keep pulling your belly in. If your belly domes out, really important to think about drawing your belly towards your spine even more. Hold for 3. Keep breathing for 2. 1, draw the knees in. Wrap your arms around your legs, round your back. Another one of those. Whatever position you're taking, try and keep your back flat, your core engaged, your chest open. Back of the neck long by dropping the chin slightly, holding for 3, and 2, and 1. Hugging the knees in, release. Cool, and coming back. Last one. If you want to go for an extra bit of grit here, spice it up a little bit, you can interlace your fingers, point your index finger, inhale here, and then exhale, point to the left, then inhale to center, exhale, point to the right. Do that a couple more times if you'd like. Then hug in. Take your legs straight. Offer a bend in the knees. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, bring your belly towards your thighs. Grab hold of your toes. If you can't grab your toes, bend your knees more. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the spine. And exhale, fold in. Stay here for about 10 breaths. And rather than rushing through those 10 breaths, try to slow down the breathing as much as you can. If you have time in your day, even at the end of the day, while you're watching TV, instead of sitting on the couch, really useful to spend some time on the floor. When you're on the floor, you can tune into your body a bit more and use that time to stretch. So it's not necessarily yoga because your awareness is externalized. Maybe you're reading a book or watching TV, but if you can use that time to stretch and release tension in your body, that's going to be really worthwhile. 5 minutes with this one here can work wonders for tightness, tension through the back half of the body, posterior chain, hamstrings, back, etc. Last couple of breaths. Once you get to 10, bring your hands to the ground, release, sit up for a moment, and then we'll do a twist. So keeping it simple, crossing the legs. If legs crossed doesn't work for you, extended is fine. Breathe in, raise your arms. As you breathe out, take your left hand to your right leg or right knee, right hand to the ground behind you. Once you've got that position, take an inhale again to get more length, and then exhale, draw that shoulder back. Maybe even turn your head, but you're working on the chest opening to the right side of the room. And as challenging as it may be here with the abdomen in a bit of a twist or a bit of a bind, try to breathe into your belly, breathe into that constriction. Use that as a kind of physical cue to deepen, bring awareness to abdominal breathing. Turning head forward, inhale, untwist, pause there, take a couple of breaths. Then other side, raising the arms, breathing in, right hand to left leg or left knee, breathing out, left hand to the ground behind. Take another inhale so that the spine is long and we're twisting from length, not compression. Exhale, move into the twist. Shoulders back and down, away from the ears. You might turn your head over that back shoulder, just an option. Breathing into the belly, a few more rounds. And turn your head forward. Inhale, untwist. Pause, take a couple of breaths. And then bring yourself down onto your back. Start with the feet on the floor. Then you can hug your knees in, take a little rock across the width of the lower back. And lift the head toward the knees, squeeze into a ball. Release. Drop the feet to the floor, take them to the outer edges of the mat. Take your arms to a T, drop the knees side to side a few times. And then release into Shavasana, release into a place of rest. Hands can be beside the body or resting on the body. Find something that feels really comfortable so you can maintain it. So maybe a rolled blanket or a cushion underneath the knees, maybe something similar underneath the head. Try to give yourself at least 5 minutes here. And if that stillness, that quiet, and that time spent seemingly doing nothing is challenging for you, know that there's a lot of benefit in that challenge. If it's challenging to spend 5 minutes, maybe try to spend 7. Because chances are you really need this time to be doing actively, to actively rest. Where the body is still, the mind is calm, not stimulated. You're just directing your attention to the present moment reality within your body. And perhaps at this stage, even outside of your body, you might notice sounds. So long as there's no need to judge or label or tell a story about the sounds. No need to intellectualize or cognitize the experience. Just practicing being in this receptive state of being. Spend as long here as you can, knowing that every moment in this state of non-sleep deep rest is highly beneficial to so many different layers of your being and of your life. Thanks for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.